Hey everybody, this is Kristomaster4. Welcome back to Kristomaster4's Take On, where I share my opinion with everyone's mind. Remember when I used to do these? Like all the time? So I made this promise, quote unquote, that I'd be watching a certain, animation thing that may or may not have come out recently. And by recently, I of course mean recently, like about 9 months ago? 10 months ago? It's been a while. But this was recorded when it came out, and I'm getting to it now because lateness? Called Elements of Justice. I just want to bring my take on the whole thing and how well it might seem. And, I'm actually really excited about this. Like, oh my god. And so, with that said, I was gonna have maybe someone help me watch this, who might also be interested in this, but I think he's a little busy right now. So we're just gonna go right into this, and we'll see how it do. Lights! Is this a theater production? Is that Coco? That's not Coco, is it? Also, post Apollo Justice, yay. This is, I think, supposed to take place before Dual Destinies.
It's alright. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
What did they think it even was?
There goes another one.
Voice acting's good.
So, boss, did we get any clients?
Unfortunately, no. The person calling thought this was a book publishing company.
That's the second time this week. Where are people getting the idea that we publish books?
Maybe it's the right part. They probably have mistaken right with right.
Also... Good. Also, does Athena's voice sound familiar to anybody? I swear that Athena's voice sounds super familiar. Like, just a few lines, and I'm thinking to myself. Also, Sprite Athena? I'm not used to Sprite Athena.
Aw, come on! You guys haven't gotten a case in over a month!
Yeah.
You sound older.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Yeah, all this waiting for a client is making my stomach growl.
I don't get any clients right now anyway.
It's fine, if you're not going to be able to get any clients for your job, you just gotta just eat a crap ton of food. Profit.
Let's go get some El Dunes real quick and then come right
Oh,
back
you're
here.
going to El Dunes?
Let's go! I love El Dunes noodles!
Oh, man.
Just make sure you don't eat so much that you get a heart attack.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. With all that salt.
What in the...
I can't move either. And I'm fading away too.
I don't know if I don't know, am I being nitpicky? Because Athena's voice, it sounds familiar, but it also doesn't sound right to me. Like, is it just me? Also, good frozen face there, Trucy. Probably Equestria. If I were to take a guess, it's probably Equestria.
Phoenix!
Is that the Twi? That is the Twi. Hi, Twilight.
Phoenix, it's so good to see you again! How does this pony know you?
I don't know.
Phoenix.
You don't remember?
You don't remember me at all?
I'm sorry, but I don't think I know.
There's the flashbacks. To Turnabout Storm. That was like 6 hours of a case, Phoenix.
Can it really be?
Hug.
It's good to see you too.
I would assume they just hugged off
Is
screen.
Mr. Right seriously hugging a talking purple pony right now?
Come on, Polly, you hug the pony too!
I'll lose my masculinity if I do.
I don't think anyone's worried about you losing your masculinity, Apollo.
It's been a while.
And it's been a while since I've lost my mind.
Too easy. Twilight's looking
Hey.
thick. Is that me?
You have wings?
Oh, you noticed.
Oh,
Yes,
hey,
I
animated
do.
wings.
I'm his daughter. You have a daughter?
I sure do. Is me having a daughter such a shocker to everyone?
Because it's a shocker,
So,
Phoenix.
who are these?
I also specialize in analytical psychology.
I swear. I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue, the voice that's voicing Athena. Especially those past few sentences. I swear it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't place it, but I know it's familiar.
I've been also using analytical psychology in court too.
I just figured it out. She sounds like Jade. She sounds like Jade from Let's Read Homestuck. She sounds exactly like Jade. Is it the same voice? I can't check right now because that'd be spoilers. God, that's Jade. That's just Jade. Okay, I guess that's just Jade. I guess I have to get over that.
It helped us out of some tight spots during some of our cases. Well, Apollo?
Yeah, well?
Sorry. I have a strong sense of sight, so I'm able to perceive even the smallest nervous habit of someone who is lying.
You can? You must have really special eyes.
My brain!
How are they all here? I only wanted to summon you.
They touched him.
You see, when something gives physical contact to the subject that's being teleported, then that something gets teleported with the subject.
I remember something about that, but I forget where I heard it from.
Actually, no, that makes sense. All the times that the friends have touched Twilight when she needs to teleport, that makes sense.
I've never taught a human magic before, but I guess I'll teach you a thing or two. Oh, I can't wait!
It's
Hold on a
not
sec,
the
Trucy.
same.
A little over 8 years ago, I was summoned by Twilight accidentally when she was trying to summon the greatest defense attorney in Equestria.
Wait, did you say 8 years ago?
Yeah? Why?
So yeah, the time frame between Elements of Justice and Turnabout Storm is the span between Ace Attorney from after Trials and Tribulations to after Dual Destinies. So anything in Spirit of Justice shouldn't work in this canon, theoretically, which is good to know. Just to know that slot of where this is supposedly taking place.
It's only been 1.5 years since I summoned you.
Huh? How? It was definitely 8 years for me.
Oh. I get it, because, in her timeline, it would have been 1.5 years, but also in Phoenix's timeline, it would have been 8 years. Ah, I see what you did there.
So no one was sent to jail or anything?
Well, there were these two.
Ha 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 ha. Gilda and Moonlight
way,
Sonata.
Twilight.
Not to be confused with Sonata Dusk.
Whatever happened to those two that were sent to prison?
You mean Gilda and Sonata?
Yeah.
I would assume that Sonata would have been held. Wait a minute, but she caused the murder. Well, she didn't cause the murder. He killed himself, but she was an accomplice to the murder. I remember how that case worked. It was a suicide, but she was an accomplice to. Like, she caused all of that to happen. And on top of that, Gilda was definitely sent to prison. And I think Sonata could have gotten off of parole very easily. Instead of getting sent to the sun, unless they actually are dead.
As for Sonata, I have no idea. I always wondered what happened to her.
I wonder too.
Whoa, a marshmallow pony!
Oh, hey.
Good on that, Trucy.
There's another talking pony?
Well, yes.
There's a lot of them,
we
Apollo.
are in a world filled with ponies after all.
Yay! I can't wait to talk to each and every one of them.
I know your experience with talking to animals, isn't that right, Athena?
My, you have quite the team.
Oh, you have no idea.
You really
Ernie,
don't.
You think
really
you
don't.
should tell him why you need him?
Here we go.
Phoenix, I need your help, please. It's the worst
Possible thing.
that could have happened.
Jeez, you almost ruptured my eardrums.
Good, Rarity.
My friend,
What about your
So
friend?
it is Coco.
she's been accused of murder.
Oh, she's the
Murder
accuser.
in this world again, huh?
That's an adorable, sad Rarity. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but
She didn't do it.
It is.
Mr. Wright, what about us?
You stay here.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to stay in the castle and wait
Good.
for us.
It's not like we have TV to pass the time, you know.
I mean, their TVs do
I'm
exist.
actually interested in seeing the city.
Yeah, Daddy, don't leave us here all bored.
She's saying daddy a lot. Not that that's a bad thing. Just something to point out.
Nothing but a bunch of neon-colored equines everywhere we go.
I mean, it makes sense
Phoenix,
that Apollo
I
would
almost
also
forgot.
be super
You're going
like...
to need this.
What?
It would make sense why Apollo is the one who's very skeptical about this. Because, I mean, Phoenix was also skeptical about this when he was first teleported, but now he's experienced. It's like, it's exactly how, like, when Apollo was first introduced into the court cases, Phoenix had already been experienced and is, you know, mentoring him and all that. So, parallels.
Your attorney's badge for Equestria.
I forgot about the the equestrian attorney's badge. I forgot that it was just a heart, and it's actually higher quality now too. Wait. Is it gonna show the time? 1:30 p.m. I don't know what it was before. Okay, so it was 11:30 a.m. And from the conversation, if you take into account the conversation that they had and the time it took for them to get to Manhattan, there was a 2 hour or an hour and a half gap, which means either Manhattan really isn't that far away, or well, either Manhattan isn't that very far away for them to be taking a train, or that train just goes nuts. Like that's just a bullet train in disguise. Of course, they could have just gotten there, and in terms of just being in the thick of it, which is a different thing entirely.
All that at a taxi.
What are you talking about? There's taxis everywhere.
It's best not to talk about it. I wonder
Phoenix-
if I should start my own
Phoenix,
show.
you've been to... well, actually, have you been to New York? That actually just sprung my mind. Because I know Phoenix lives in, like, Japanifornia, but, like, he's never actually been to New York, hasn't he? Maybe that would explain why he doesn't know. This could be his introduction to the New York life. Although, maybe Athena might know. She's been basically around the world.
Wow!
Oh, the guards
Whoa,
are actually doing their
These
jobs
ponies
now?
look super tough.
Let's show us your badge, sir.
Oh,
I'm a guard!
But attorneys with official equestrian badges can only enter.
Now please, can you go get me a
Does
lozenge?
my
I
badge
really
not
need
count
it.
for anything? But look at it. It's shiny and official. I am not going through this again.
Sorry about her. She gets upset when she doesn't get what she wants.
What? Hey, I'm not some spoiled brat, you know.
it's alright, guys. I'll be right out as soon as I'm done in there.
I like this
I'll make
interaction.
sure she doesn't flip any of these guards while you're gone.
Hey! I'll flip you if that's what you want.
Good. Was the guard there in Turnabout Storm too? In the other equestrian detention center? Also, wait a minute. That was the Ponyville Detention Center. But that also had a guard in it, right? I don't remember.
Are you the ones who came to
Hi,
see me?
Coco. Coco Pamel.
It's just that I have a headache for some reason.
So,
I
what's your
sense a
name?
dual
Coco
performance.
Pommel.
Also,
Who are you?
Pummel? Is that what you said? Pummel?
So, what's your name?
Like,
Coco Pommel.
put him up, put him up, put him up? Pummel? Alright, fine. Coco Pummel, that's your name now. Pummel. That's how you spell it. Also, like I said, I can sense a dual performance.
So, you think you can tell me a little about yourself, Miss Pommel?
Of course. I'm a costume designer here in Manhattan. I design costumes for plays over in the theater, though once in a while, I get asked to make designs for anything fashion related.
Making costumes and designs, huh? You resemble Rarity quite a bit.
Oh, Rarity is a huge inspiration for me. Before I met her, I was the assistant of some pony who would always tell me that it's every pony for themselves in the big city. But when Rarity showed up, she showed generosity to others, even though it started to hurt her. When I realized this, I quit being an assistant, and Rarity gave me the job of being the costume designer of some big place in Manhattan.
Wow. Rarity's made quite a change in your life.
My life has become so much better because of her. I owe it to her so much.
Nice to hear that.
I owe it to the audio designers for making a really good remix of the detention theme.
My friend, overall concept, fell from the catwalk with a rope tied around his neck, and he ended up being hung to death with every pony watching.
Also, he was hung.
Wow.
Also, his name is Overall Concept.
Rarity doesn't think you did it. She certainly believes you wouldn't have the heart to kill.
Well, was it staged in a way that it would cause it for you to
Although
be
I appreciate her
fraud?
believing,
So, what can you tell me about overall concept? The victim.
he's the head costume designer for the theater. I work alongside him helping him make his costumes. He's really good at making designs for the costumes.
Getting the
He even
overall
used to make the
concept,
fabric
you
to
know?
captivate-
So, let me ask you.
Yeah, what were you doing at the crime
of the
scene?
crime?
Because you were there.
I actually don't remember much about that. All I do remember is that I was hearing something that was happening from the catwalk, and I went there as quickly as I could.
So, she doesn't remember what happened. This is gonna be a problem.
They usually don't,
Anything else
Phoenix.
you
You
wanna
should
ask
you
me?
should expect this by this
Well,
point.
She doesn't look like she would have any bad intentions. However, I
She
still
doesn't.
need to make sure.
Oh man, Magatama.
Did you kill the victim? Overall concept.
What? No, of course not. I would never do such a thing. Oh, what is it?
Well, she's telling the truth.
Nothing happened. Thank you for your time, Miss Palmel.
I did hear,
you're welcome,
I did
Mr.
see in the
Wright.
trailer that there are going to be
Before you leave,
Cyclops.
guess I'll see you later then.
See ya.
Bye, Jade. I mean, Coco. I mean, Athena.
Earth ponies are in charge of the agricultural affairs. Unicorns can perform magic-related things, and Pegasi can control the weather.
Bingo.
Right.
The victim had his neck tied up by a rope and was dropped from a high elevated spot. He was hung to death pretty much instantly.
Phoenix, didn't that sound a little redundant to you? A high elevated spot? Could have just said a high spot or an elevated spot. High elevated spot seems a little... I don't know, I'm being nitpicky, I'm
That actually
sorry.
sounds very
Oh, it's a horrible thing to witness.
Witness? Wait, you were there where the murder happened?
Ticket to see the Hinny of the Hills. Last ticket sold has the number 5,000 in the back, given to Rarity by Coco. So she's kind of a witness to the crime then. If she was at the play, then that means that she's an accomplice. Or no, that she's a witness. So depending on who the prosecutor is, they might actually bring that up. Unless Trixie's gonna do it again.
I couldn't bet.
And that's Mr. Right for you. Always there to help when someone's in need.
Ain't that right?
He even helped me when I was accused of murder.
This is true.
We're accused for murder?
I was accused of killing my own mother.
Wow, spoilers.
All I could see ahead of me was darkness.
That whole trial,
But Mr. Right, he believed in me.
back when he was 3D.
That's right. In fact, I even lost my best friend because of that same
I guess they
killer.
have to
I was so
explain like
heartbroken
who
when I found out
they
he had been killed.
are in context.
I've taken a leave of that. Because of Mr. Wright, the dark age of the law has come to an end.
Yeah.
I was even taken hostage during that trial. But Daddy ended up saving me after he
Oh,
won.
Trucy.
Isn't
Oh,
he the
Trucy. Oh my God. Why do you have to be so adorable? Honestly, that is probably like my favorite case in all of Ace Attorney. I mean, it's one of it's. I mean, it's come from one of the games that I've considered my favorite in the series, and those last two trials are like the peak in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying that the others are not good because they are. I mean, there had to be some basis to bring us up to the point where we are. But it's such a good trial. It's so emotional. It's so great. It's good. It's a good game.
Wow, Mr. Wright. I had no idea you were such a saint to so many people in your world. Always trying your best to find.
I just realized that the case name is Turnabout Theater. Why, if I didn't know any better, Twilight, I think you're trying to seduce me. The Turnabout Theater is the actual name of the case. I didn't even see that until now. It's been almost half an hour into the thing.
Now that we got the feels out of the way, I think it's time we went to investigate.
The feels will
really,
never leave,
where's
especially
the
when it comes to Dual Destinies.
Just right over there.
Well, what do you know? It is just right there.
Yeah, the theater's
That's
like right there.
convenient.
Continuity.
Let's get to the bottom of this. What?
Rarity, you okay?
Yes.
What did you
I'm
trip
fine.
on?
How about you watch where you're going?
I'm
Oh
terribly
my
sorry.
God.
I did
Wait.
you.
Oh, is it? Is it? What's her face? It is what's her face.
What are you doing back here in the city?
Nothing that concerns you.
Is there her name like Suri Polomare, right? I think it's Suri. It's been a while since I've seen you.
I'm on a tight schedule, so you better stay out of my way. I don't want another victory taken away by your hooves, okay?
It's got that Valley Girl accent all the way.
Who was that, Rarity?
Nothing but a ruffian.
She's not taking over your forts. How dare you call her a ruffian? At least just bring an axe unit to deal with her. I mean, I brought Lissa with me when I dealt with her warriors, but listen. I hope Suri isn't the murderer. Because that'd be way too easy if that was the case.
Sorry, but the theater is closed. I must ask you to leave.
Is that
Who
Fancy
said
Pants?
I know that.
Oh, no, I know that voice. It's the... Huh?
Miss Pommel was accused of murdering him. It's very hard to believe if you ask me.
I like how, even though in the context of this, in the context of Turnabout Theater, Phoenix only heard Coco pronounce her name as Coco Pommel, like Coco Pummel, and I noticed that he said Pommel, how it was said in the show, compared to how this guy just said Coco Pummel again. That's an interesting thing, because you know who's watched the show and who hasn't, or, you know, who remembers how it's supposed to be pronounced compared to who hasn't. I don't know, maybe I'm just being nitpicky, but it's these things you pick up on the back of your head, and like, I'm picking them up now as opposed to later, so it doesn't become that big of a deal, you see?
Do you work here?
I do. My name is Playwright. I'm the theater director. To put things briefly, we go through the writing process, rehearse, and then perform.
I understand that you're talking Playwright, but I'm just noticing, again, in the background is another remix for a Phoenix Wright song. I forget the track though, but it's from the first game. It's like the boom, dum, boom, dum, dum, my throat's a little. But I noticed that in the background. It's very soft compared to the voices, which I mean, I guess is audio balancing in its best. It's just, it's interesting to point out. Also, yeah, I remember I did see the update that they posted a little while after. I didn't remember any of like the contextual things, so I was just listening to it instead of watching it. I could already tell that the audio could be a lot, like the voices. Some of them sound a little tinier than others, so balancing them could be better, which is fine. It makes sense. This entire first episode was made by one dude. Like edited by one dude. I mean, obviously the voices are different. I'm sure the assets were also taken at some points, but like all the animations, all the writing, all the editing, all of it was made by one dude. So I mean, I can understand a few bits and pieces here or there, because it's a lot to deal with as one person. But it's interesting to note that there are things that could be better in the next part, maybe?
I'm the one who does all the writing, because no pony else knows how to make things perfect like I do.
What's your relationship with the defendant?
Oh, she is fantastic! I still can't believe she would kill him, especially in the middle of my play! As much as I don't believe it, I saw something before the murder.
Oh, what is it?
What did you see?
I saw Miss Pommel chasing Overall up the catwalk, where the murder occurred.
What?
I ran up the catwalk, and I saw Miss Pommel with lots of guilt on her eyes.
Isn't her name supposed to be pronounced Pommel?
Yes!
Then the police showed up behind me, then arrested Miss Pommel on the spot, then brought her back down.
Okay, so that's gonna be played into.
Could have sworn that her name is pronounced Pommel.
And he says he knows how to make things perfect.
Tell you what.
What? Did I just predict that? Like, huh?
I'll let you have this layout of this theater so you guys won't get lost in here while you guys are investigating.
Okay, a map is good.
Here, I'll hold up the
Oh,
map.
wait a minute. I heard about this. I think you could actually view the evidence. Oh god. I think you can actually view the evidence in the court record. Is that in the description? I remember hearing about that. Or is that later? Or that might have been the update that he was talking about. He basically, like, there was, yeah, I remember seeing, I think, like, so that the viewers can follow along and, like, look into the court record themselves. They can see all the evidence that they have. That's a nice idea.
Anyways, I saw what I saw. Now, if you'll excuse me.
He keeps talking about how much of a visual genius he is. I know he's a director and all, but it doesn't really give you bragging rights.
I can already tell that he already said that he saw Coco up on the catwalk. But just on his mannerisms, I already immediately thought to myself, he's going to be a witness. Just with his mannerisms and him being like such a huge braggart, I knew he was going to be... I knew that he was going to be a witness, and I feel like he is going to be a witness once they actually get to the trial.
I want to know what plays he's written. If they're as good as he says, then I want to see them. I'm a big fan of plays after all.
Let's get some
This is
tickets
true.
for the next showing.
I like how the
Jason
receptionist pony is
Overall?
also back there.
Is that
Oh, you know what? You just hit me. The whole court record thing. That might actually just play into account during the trials, unless they start adding evidence in trials, which I highly doubt would even be a thing unless you were like aware of that. I feel like all the evidence is going to be given to you before the trial starts, and none is going to be added to make the evidence consistent between between like you being able to access it at any time, the description and all that. I don't know if they'll. I also don't know if they're gonna update any descriptions. They'll probably also do all that before the trial even starts, or if they'll have it in separate parts where like the evidence, if it gets altered, will be in the next part. You know, because I know that in Phoenix Wright games, sometimes they'll either add or remove evidence between trials, and also update the court record in case it becomes relevant, or more relevant, or less relevant to the case. Or I guess just keep it in mind in the back of your head. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see, though.
how is it possible for a human to perform magic?
Oh, I'll show you. See these? These are my magic panties.
Trucy, as your father, please be careful when you start talking about your panties.
Oh god, I didn't forget about the magic panties, but I did kind of forget about the magic panties. Also, again, those are bloomers, not panties.
See here? There's nothing inside them. Alakazam! And now let's see what's inside. Oh, let's see what I got.
You get it.
What the? I was holding that! I must study those panties of yours!
This is gonna be a good series.
No, you won't. Even
Good.
if you examine these, you're not going to find out anything. I remember back then some college student was so obsessed with my magic panties that he stole them from me to study them.
He was very obsessed. I at least remember that dude, because he would just go like... Also, thank you, High School Yearbook, for coming into handy. For that really bad joke.
I've never seen someone so obsessed with someone else's undies in my life.
You haven't been on the internet.
Well, we can start with this rope still hanging from last night.
That's a very
So
loose
this is the murder
knot.
weapon. It's tied up like a noose.
It is tied up like a noose,
It was
but
a
the knot
horrible
looks
thing
very
to see.
loose.
I could almost see overall concept still hanging on that.
Considering the height from here to the catwalk,
The death is very likely to be instantaneous. At least he didn't suffer.
Mechanism was used to around. Okay, he fell. Yeah, maybe it's just the drawing. It looks like a very loose rope. So maybe they had to loosen it up to get him off from there. Also, when we see the autopsy report, I'm sure they'll go into detail on the fact that there was like, you know, like a strangling sensation around his neck and probably rope burns, if I were to take a guess. Also, nice music.
Mr. Wright, I think I found something. It's some sort of sparkly cloth.
It's ripped,
fabulous.
too.
That must be the special fabric he was working on. He also said the fabric could glow in the dark.
Oh, that's good to know.
Fabric? I have a friend who used a costume like that. She used fluorescent paint to make the costume glow in the dark.
Are you talking about Robin or... No, you're probably talking about Robin. Right? Are you talking about Robin or are you talking about Penny? Not Penny. Frickin' Wood Girl. Google help me. Right, Juniper Woods, that's her name. Tree Girl, duh. But I don't think it was Juniper, because if I remember correctly, Robin was the artist, right? And Juniper, she's more of an outdoorsy type. But that's good to know that it glows in the dark.
Fluorescent paint?
Because the lights were off and we didn't see anything. It's very dark up the catwalk. Also, we can at least see where the noose was.
The supposed chase stopped here. I'd be surprised if anyone could survive a fall from this height. So, you guys see anything?
Unless you're
here?
magic.
Nothing
or Pegasus.
so far.
I'm sure we'll find something.
Oh.
Whoa! What just happened?
I don't know. I guess the lights are loose.
So someone had the glitter on their feet. Was the fluorescent light... if the sparkles... Are they still, like... How do they get implanted on the guy's feet? Unless the sparkles are the one that's causing the glow-in-the-dark magic, in which case they just stepped on it and then walked along the side. Also, that's a lot of...
Wait a minute. Did you see that?
It's a lot of hoofprints on one side
There's
where
something
the
glowing
noose
on the floor.
is.
It must be the fluorescent paint!
Mm-hmm.
So they've probably been left behind since the incident. Do you remember what Playwright said? Coco Pommel ran up the left side of the catwalk, following overall concept, and then the police escorted her back
This is
down.
the right side of the catwalk.
Wait, but those hoofprints...
Yeah!
They lead to the right side!
Athena, how long does it take for fluorescent paint?
Ha 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 ha. The only way he could say they ran from the left side is if he was on the right side, already facing them. Ooh, you gonna get screwed.
According to Junie, it takes about an
Oh,
hour.
hey, you mentioned Junie.
Does the paint contaminate your hands if it's still wet?
It does, but the only way to tell is if you look at your hands in the dark.
Now that we know these footprints belong to someone else, we need to find out who they belong to.
Mr. Perfect might have been
Mr.
on the
Right,
other side of that catwalk.
I have a suggestion.
What is it?
If these prints belong to someone else, we should try and figure out where they lead to.
That's what I was
Hey,
thinking.
good idea.
Go follow the prints.
One problem. You can only see these prints when it's dark. I'll have to turn off the lights to follow them.
No
Rarity.
need for that, boss. I have the thing that's going to make your hoofprint finding much easier.
Oh, do you have like?
Here.
Oh.
A forensic flashlight. Thanks, Athena.
Did you steal
I'll
that
definitely
from
need this?
from Emma?
It ends here.
The back door?
Now, let's go backwards and find out where these footprints begin.
So it goes into the dressing room. Okay. Oh, it begins in the... Oh, so they went backwards. Okay. Maybe fluorescent paint can only be seen in the dark. So, if anybody mentions any footprints, then it's because they were the one who saw it in the dark. They can't be seen in the light, so we gotta also pay attention on when the lights were on and when they weren't on. Because I'm pretty sure if I remember how the beginning of it started, they had the lights on for a brief moment, but it was flickering. Then they went off before the murder happened. So it begins in the dressing room. So someone went from the dressing room straight up the catwalk, across the catwalk, and to the back door where they escaped. So whoever was in the dressing room is a likely suspect for the crime.
Hate to tell you this, Athena, but it looks like you'll be too big to get in any of those costumes.
What? Are you suggesting I'm fat?
No. I'm saying that because these costumes are small, since they're worn by little ponies.
Oh, I wanted to try some of them out.
No, Athena, you're fat.
I can tell. There's a bunch of materials scattered around this
Wait, is that the fluorescent paint on the far right? Is that the fluorescent paint? Because that's the same color as the footprints.
table.
The hoof prints.
Oh, he was simply genius! The only thing he lacked was time. That is, until Coco Pommel became his partner.
Those two must have been quite a team.
Oh, I'm
Mr.
sure.
Wright, on the table, there are
Yeah,
pieces
I
of
had a
fluorescent
feeling.
paint.
Oh, give it here! Let me put some on my cape and hat. I want to see if they glow in the dark.
No, Trucy, this is evidence. It's best to leave it untouched.
But I want to sparkle and glow.
Aw.
You think we've gathered enough evidence to prove Coco Pommel's innocence?
Well,
I'm certain we do. Plus, we also have some proof that there was a third party when this crime was taking place.
well, you have enough proof to say that the third party could have been the culprit, but you don't have enough proof to completely make her innocent, because this is, at the very least, all of this is speculative. Like, there's no definitive proof yet.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. We still have a trial
Also
to
the
take
trial,
care of
yeah.
first.
And I'm sure you'll do a fabulous job defending Coco Pommel. I guess we can all head back to my castle now. Let's...
Hang on a minute. Coco in the detention center. She said Pummel. Phoenix brought up the fact that Coco Pommel is how it's actually pronounced. The perfect dude kept saying Pummel. Rarity mentioned Pommel. And I'm pretty sure Twilight did as well. Phoenix brought up the fact that Pommel and Pummel are actually things that have been said and things that aren't, like, they're not okay, so this is just kind of a way out there theory. I could be completely off base on this, but what if the Coco that's in the detention center right now is the culprit? What if they pull an Ace Attorney 2 and the person that's in jail is actually the culprit and they're trying to get acquitted to escape their crime? Where the actual Coco, but Phoenix already Magatama checked her, so I think that's actually Coco and they just got it wrong? Or they're just hiding their crime. Maybe they didn't commit the crime. I'm not even done yet, but like that came to mind. Like as soon as she said Pommel again, like that reminded me. The original Coco said Pummel, not Pommel, as far as I remember. That's just something to keep in mind, I guess.
How about I take you somewhere next time? I know some great stores that'll probably sue you.
Oh, I'd love to come with
I
you.
thought she said that it'll eventually sue you. Oh, some great stores that'll probably suit you. Okay, I thought she said... It's like, oh, I know some great stores that'll sue you.
You have other friends? I remember that there were a few more of you.
Well, we do.
You've seen all of
I
them.
wonder where they are.
Phoenix!
There they are.
Hey, let me
Hey,
go.
Rainbow.
Here are the others, Phoenix.
Didn't think I'd see you around here again.
Oh,
I'm
Mr.
glad that
Phoenix,
your audio quality is still the same as before. Yeah,
Good
Fluttershy
to see
and
you
him
after
should have a
so
really good
long.
bond from last time.
I had a feeling Twilight would try to sue you.
That's Spike's voice? That's Spike's voice, huh?
I had a feeling Twilight would try to summon you.
I appreciate the effort
Daddy!
that's going into Spike's
I had no
voice, but I think it's a
idea you were
little
friends with so many
strong.
ponies.
Just a little.
Great.
Hey, Feeny, we should throw you a welcome back party. You know, because you're back to Ponyville. And you also brought guests. I love it when guests bring guests to parties. And those guests bring guests. And those guests bring guests of those guests. And it's just amazing. And
Mr. Wright, for the love of God, get her to shut up, please.
Good.
Pinky.
She's still going.
Pinky!
after Daddy wins the trial tomorrow, instead of throwing him a welcome back party, let's throw him a congratulations on winning the trial party.
That's a good idea.
Ooh, that's perfect. A congratulations on winning the trial party. I like the way your little girl thinks, Feeny. I try.
She's very adorable.
Have the most hyperactive pony known to man throw a party.
You don't know about
So
Pinky's
we get
parties,
to come
don't
to this
you?
party too, right?
I think I'll call you Fina and Polly.
Sure. You can call me Fina. I have a friend
She
who
already
calls
has
me
a friend that calls her that, though.
I think I'll stick to Apollo. I already have one little girl calling me after a parrot who wants crackers.
Yep.
Hey, Nix.
Yeah?
That's
I
true,
just
I'm
want
pretty
to
sure.
thank you again for saving me back then.
No problem.
Pretty good voice.
So you're the pony that Mr. Wright had to defend?
Pretty good rainbow
That's
voice.
right.
You said he's non-alcoholic, right?
Why would I need alcohol? It does nothing but make you tipsy.
Thanks for the food.
Good.
I really
Good for debunking that fan theory. Because everybody's always talking about the fact that, you know, well, I mean, it's not really debunking. It's just, it's just a common thing that Applejack is an alcoholic because of the fact that she drinks cider, which isn't always alcoholic. Reminder.
appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Got any gins for me? I really like a side of rubies in my salad.
Okay. I'm not going to repeat what I thought he said at first, but I'm just going to play that back. Just because I didn't read the text, so I just want to play that back real quick.
Got any gins for me?
Trucy, what's wrong?
I just remembered something. Oh, these ponies and that little dragon. I think I've seen them before. When I was
Did
little.
you watch the show? Yeah, I was gonna say, did you see the show when you were
It's
younger?
impossible. Up until now,
Good.
I've never seen you in my life before that.
I didn't exactly see you in person. It's like I've seen a picture of you before.
A picture?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
it could be that. Yeah, because Phoenix did take a
So,
picture with
Trucy,
them.
don't you think that hat of yours is getting a little too small for you?
Oh,
Well, it is a bit tight on me now.
oh,
for some
tiny
reason.
Trucy.
I guess my head got a little bigger.
Isn't it time to get a new hat?
Yes,
Oh my
it
God,
is.
this is
Let's get me a
adorable.
new hat, Daddy.
I don't know. These hats are
Oh
kind
my
of
God, I don't think
expensive.
I've ever seen Tiny Trucy before.
Why do magicians'
Oh my
hats
gosh, she's
have to be so
adorable.
expensive?
Well, I'll just
Is this
get
in the
a hat
fourth
another
game?
t-
I don't remember
Oh,
seeing
wait.
this at all.
I think I already have a hat for you.
You do?
I'm crying,
Let me
actually.
see.
It's so
Let me
cute.
see.
It's so
Okay, I'll be
cute.
right back.
Oh my God, you're so precious, Tiny
Here,
Trucy.
I found one.
I want to try it on.
Oh my God, she's so cute. I can't get over that. She's so adorable.
What's this? Hey, Daddy, it's a picture of you. And it's with
I
some
can't get over this.
really weird colored horses.
Huh? This picture. I got
I
this
don't think
from
these are custom.
Equestria. I remember these guys.
Like these looks like actual
ponies.
These looks like actual sprites.
Daddy, who are these horses? Are they magical like me?
Should I tell her about this?
I didn't get
doubt
that
she'll
far in the
believe that I
fourth
went to
game, so I
another
have
world
no
to
idea.
find
I
another
can't get over this. She's so adorable.
It's a long story.
I just want to
Trucy.
pat you on the
I
head.
feel
That's not creepy, I promise.
Oh, here it is.
Hey, I remember this picture. This was after Rainbow Dash's trial.
Yeah, I also remember that picture.
Remember we all yelled
There's Trixie.
Hey, how come I never saw this picture before?
Well, it wasn't Trucy's hat, so we wouldn't know.
It's just as I thought. Everyone is here. Twilight Sparkle, Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, Applejack, Rarity, Pinkie Pie, Spike, and
Trixie.
Trixie.
Trixie?
The great and powerful Trixie.
You know what I just thought? If Trucy ever meets Trixie, I have a feeling, because they're both magician types, I feel like Trixie really is going to want to like take Trucy under her wing. Also, if she's the prosecutor again, that's going to be a little bit of a... I feel like that's going to be a little bit of a conflicting point.
She tried to get the guilty verdict on me as revenge on Twilight.
Okay, that's a little more easily than I thought.
For what?
So, speaking of Trixie, how is she doing now?
Yeah, what's she doing now? I mean, it's not like she tried to enslave Equestria with the use of the Alicorn amulet, or, you know, constantly tried to get it. Well, this is after... This isn't during season 6, right? So, like, she didn't meet, this is not... I believe this is before season 8, definitely, so the kids aren't in this. But I don't know if this is after season 6, so I don't know if she's with Starlight, or if Starlight's even in this to begin with. This might just be after season 4. Like season 4 or 5. So I have no idea what she did. Well, I mean, I guess Twilight might know. Because, I mean, I know after season 3, she did kind of enslave Equestria. Although that also happened before Twilight got her wings, so... That definitely would have happened at least as, you know, a sticking point.
Did something happen between you guys?
About half a year after the trial, she came back to Ponyville to seek revenge.
But I thought she got over it.
I guess something else...
It's okay, so it is the Alicorn amulet. Okay. Because I was going to say, like, the only thing that comes to mind that happened before season 8, or, well, I guess before season 5, before season 5, but after she got her wings. The only time that would have happened between then, because I think season 2 was still relevant by the time Turnabout Storm came out. So Twilight getting her wings happened in season 3 at the end of that. So what happened before then was Magic Duel, where Trixie got the Alicorn amulet in order to basically take over Equestria, but the magic corrupted her, and so instead of just trying to be a little bit better at magic, she just wanted to just take over the world, basically. So she was kind of corrupted with the magic. And then she was basically banished, well, in shame, mostly, since then, so... That's the only thing that came to mind, because everything else is just her trying to deal with Starlight Glimmer, which hasn't happened yet in terms of the airing of this.
How have you been for the last 8 years since you've left Equestria? You know, just wondering.
Oh boy, that's a long story.
I want to listen. I love stories.
Yeah, it's gonna end.
Come on, Daddy. Tell them all about the exciting adventures you had as a defense attorney.
You mean the exciting adventures of him trying to become a defense attorney again? Oh man, 7.5 years of Phoenix's life, man. Oof. They're all waiting in anticipation.
Well, let's start off with this.
Is that Prince Blueblood? Is that Prince Blueblood's sprite? I don't know why, but that's immediately what comes to... That has to be Prince Blueblood. Oh no. I hope Prince Blueblood isn't in this. Or, well... I hope he's... He's such a jerk. Okay. Voice actors. Okay. So... Yeah, I didn't know it was Suri as well, but... Athena and Coco had the same voice. That made sense in my brain. Yeah, that was Jade. I just looked her up. That actually was Jade. And she's Coco and Suri. Good to that. I don't recognize anyone else from this list. Unless there may be like people that were in the first one. But I don't recognize anybody. This is good though. Okay, yeah, all the music here. So looks like. Oh right, one of them from the Phoenix Wright movie. Yeah, I heard Trucy's theme in there. Suspense, like an open book. Yeah, that was Twilight's theme. Is a remix of that. A remix of Rarity's theme. Generosity. That was probably when they went to Manhattan. Phoenix, the Reminiscence of Phoenix Wright. I don't remember when I heard that. Tragic Memories. That was the That's when they were going back through Athena's backstory. And then Apollo Justice seemed like do 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 do, like they did that whole thing. Troop Grammar 2016. That was from Spirit of Justice. I didn't hear the actual theme, but I do know where that's from. And then they had the instrumental, the opening theme when everyone got back together. Investigation, Live and Sweet. I don't remember that. And the Courtroom Lounge. That was like later on. When that was actually probably when they did the oh no, wait, that's probably just this. It's probably this what's happening right now, this song. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely a remix of the Courtroom Lounge, yeah. This is gonna be great. Yeah, see? Directed, animated, written by the J. That's the guy that basically did all this, and it's like a fan-made sequel based off of Turnabout Storm. So it's like they took two series together, bashed them, and made a fan-made basically case. And then someone's like, we're gonna take a fan-made version of the fan-made version of the crossover between two different series and make that its own thing. So this will be great. This is a good series. I'm liking this so far. So I'm already suspect of Suri, or well, not Suri. I mean, maybe Suri, but it'd be too easy if it was Suri. But then again, it's the first case, and judging by this, I think there's going to be way more cases. Maybe there might be a full 4 or 5 cases, like how it is in an Ace Attorney game, instead of just like one full in-depth trial. An in-depth case. They'll probably just have 5, and then they progressively get more and more complex depending on how far it is, like how it is in the games. That'd be cool. And then it ends, and then like the last trial is basically like how it is with Turnabout Storm, and how that was like basically a full like 4 or 5 parts. Then like the entirety of one case at the end of Elements of Justice would be that. And because I feel like you can make, especially with OC creation, you could make a lot of really good ideas and concepts for the characters. I mean, you could easily do a lot with the scenario. Like, surprisingly enough, combining My Little Pony and Ace Attorney is actually doesn't lead to that many, because you could use because like how it is in Turnabout Storm, you could use the physics of Equestria and use that to like mold an Ace Attorney trial in a very interesting way, because magic does exist in this world. Magic exists in this world. You can get away with a lot more stuff, like, even though some people might find it in reality to be suspension of disbelief, you could get away with that in Equestria, which makes it a lot harder to defend your client, so you'd have to go around that and work around the physics of the magic and how that works. And like, it's really good. It's so good. It's so good. I can't wait for more. I'm so glad this came out now. So I saw this too. I didn't notice, but I saw. I was trying to remember the it was in the update video, and how when they were talking about the catwalk and the text said cakewalk. Yeah. The text said cakewalk, and that apparently was a meme for a bit. This is probably going to be a short case, because I mean we already have pretty much all that we need in order to find our client innocent, but we don't have enough to really prove who the guilty party is, because there's not a lot of evidence. Then again, I guess since this is a beginner trial, that's kind of what they're going for. I can't wait to see more, and I'm following speculation on. I want to go back and actually listen to Coco say her name, because that might confirm my suspicion.
What's your name?
Coco Pommel.
Okay, so she said Pummel. And if you remember later, Phoenix definitely made mention of the fact that Pummel is how you actually say her name. I don't know how he got that information. Probably from Rarity, if I were to take a guess. I thought that was a screw up, but no, that's just how it is. So even though Coco, this Coco may be innocent, I don't know if it's the real Coco. Because she pronounced her name as Pummel, same as this guy, and Phoenix somehow knows that Pummel is how her name's supposed to be pronounced. So I don't know if that's supposed to throw everything off or what. But that's in Ace Attorney, that's something you would put in the back of your head and take into account that they said that already. So either that's not the real Coco or something else is up. Because what makes me believe is that Coco said her name to him and she pronounced it Pummel, and that's how he pronounces it. But Rarity used to be with Coco, and she knows it's pronounced Pummel with that pronunciation. And, like, these little things, I mean, I know most of the time it's nitpicky, but like these little things, you gotta pay attention to the little things when it comes to Ace Attorney, because that could always come back at the end of the case, and it'll be the biggest reveal you've ever seen, and it would always be like sprinkled in the beginning, and just little things you may not notice. That's why you gotta be very detail oriented when it comes to this stuff, so that you can pick out, okay, this doesn't seem right compared to what we know now. So I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it, but that just seems like something that they would do. Oh man, young Trucy. I would assume that they go into her backstory in Apollo Justice, but man, I never have seen this sprite before. I've never seen young Trucy. Well, younger Trucy. Like, this is basically like combining Trucy and Pearl. Like, pre-Dual Destinies Pearl. She's so adorable. Like, there's the giant hat on her, and her sprites. She looks so confident, and then here she's just so sad, and she's so adorable. God, I need to play through Apollo Justice. So I've been recording for like over an hour. It's almost been 2 hours when I started recording this. Oh man. Or well, an hour and 43 minutes, but details. So I'm gonna end things off here and somehow make this into a video. So thank you guys so much for watching, if you decided to stay throughout the whole thing. I don't think I'm gonna leave the entire thing up. I'll probably just do some cuts here and there. But yeah, if you want to see the original video, go into the description, you'll find it. You could watch it for yourself and pause it whenever you want to. And and I want to do more of these, because this is nice. This is nice. So we'll see you guys next time for another video. Take care, have a lovely day, and just be careful of the precious. You gotta protect the precious. That's all you gotta do. See you guys later.